This morning on our Greetings from the Garden State segment, before we get into what we're really going to talk about, Mike Ham, remind our listeners about the Jetty Rock Foundation. We've talked about them before, but get us up to speed with them.
Totally. So the Jetty Rock Foundation is a partner of ours, and the Jetty Rock Foundation supports our coastlines and the people who live and work on it. It is the nonprofit arm of Jetty. People, I'm sure, are familiar with the Jetty brand, surf, surf lifestyle, all that kind of stuff, apparel. And they launched the Jetty Rock Foundation because they were doing a lot of goodwill in the communities that they live in. They're based down in Manahawkin, and they were doing a lot of good in the communities, giving to a lot of these different charities, and ultimately decided to set their own up because they're a very community focused brand organization, and obviously this is a great way to do that. So they're always putting on events, doing different things that help support those people.
And one of the events that we wanted to talk about, in fact, it just took place this past weekend, was, well, a combination of things that a lot of people like:
That's
beer
right.
and hot sauce.
Yep. Two great things. It was a great event. So we were down there. We had a booth set up. We did a live stream for 4 hours, I think, total. It was 6 hour day, but I mean, 12-hour day if you really count setup and breakdown. But essentially, there was over 50 craft beers. There were, I don't know how many hot sauce brands that were down there, food vendors, live music. It was incredible. It was at the Taylor Avenue waterfront down in Beach Haven, and it was a really awesome event. And obviously, going towards a good cause because the event is put on and supports the Jetty Rock Foundation.
And that event was the Hop Sauce Festival, and they were in their 10th year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, 10 years. The first couple years they actually did it, at that same location. They had moved it to a different location for the last several years, and this was their first time back after several years at the Taylor Avenue waterfront. And it's, if people are familiar with that area, that's like one of the main spots in all of LBI. And they basically take up the entire field all the way down to almost the water on the bay side of LBI. And yeah, tents all around. I mean, it was raining. We didn't have a great weather day. But
Really? We've had
honestly,
rain?
yeah, yeah, seriously. But honestly, people showed up. I mean, if there weren't 1,000 people there, I'd be pretty surprised. We were where we were sitting. The line was kind of running next to us, and the line was backed up all the way down to the street for most of the day. And I think people couldn't go to the beach, couldn't go to anybody's pool, so they're like, let's go eat some hot sauce and drink some beers. And yeah, I mean, I didn't get to try as many hot sauces as I would have liked, but I did manage to sample many of the beers, and I must say that they were very good.
I'm glad to hear that. And 5+ hours of live music, and I believe all the bands were original as well.
Yep, all the bands were original. They had a couple local bands like Sunshine Spaz and Mama Drama were both from Jersey. I think Inlet was also from Jersey. Inlet actually was a group of kids that literally graduated high school the night before, and
Wow.
then were on stage at this big festival. The next day. They were really good too. The headliner was the Nude Party, which I think they're from Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. There was also a DJ there, Dylan the DJ, and I'm forgetting another one of the bands, but it was honestly like a really cool day, and like the bands kind of set the vibe for everything, and it kind of made a nice thing for everybody that day.
Too bad they couldn't have done it this weekend because the forecast for today, being Sunday, looks really, really good.
Yeah. Well, actually, Mama Drama closed out the day. So, like, they put their headliner on third, but Mama Drama was the last full band on stage. So that was about like 5 o'clock, 5:30, I would say. So we've been going now since 11 o'clock in the morning, the event. And literally, they get on stage, and halfway through their set, sun comes out, and everyone's like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me, man! Like, this is unbelievable." Like we waited all day for this, and but honestly, though, it was a great day, and we were glad to see people show up for it, and come out and eat some hot sauce, try some hot sauces, and drink some beers.
It's the Jetty Rock Foundation's Hop Sauce Festival. And again, it was their 10th anniversary. You can check all of it out at greetingsfromthegardenstate.com. Thanks as always, Mike.
Thanks, Jim.